Alright, welcome back. We're going to give one more video to this topic here. But if I don't get far, I can't get the LSP to come up or whatever at the end of the hour, I'm just going to take the L and move on. It's just... also, one thing I'm going to do right now, I don't think I uploaded the last video, so let me do that, or at least just verify. Yeah, I'm kind of wrapped up in a lot of different things right now, so it's not as simple as just continuing where I left off, because I'm also working on this course here, and in addition to that, I'm now swimming and juggling again every day. So. But it's good. I'm in a much better place than I was before. Before, my weight was getting out of control. I was skipping my self-study sessions. It just was, you know, I spent about 5 or 6 months in that state, and where I'm at now, but especially 1 week ago, was just not where I wanted to be. So 1 week ago, I made a lot of life changes, and 1 week later now, I'm still, you know, kind of waking up from that, but I'm getting a lot better. I just have a lot less kind of free time. Alright, so my last video I uploaded was this 3. The name of the video, we can see it was the 30th. So let's check my files and see if there's an earlier one. Okay, so I have many different videos. I have one on the 31st, and I also have one on the... Oh, I have this one that I'm recording right now on the 1st. So yep, this one here, the one on the 31st hasn't been uploaded yet, so I'm going to upload that. Okay, and then I have the naming for it all set up. Yeah, that's one thing that I would say if anyone's watching this kind of wants to know how to kind of pass a difficult test like this, like, I think getting like health stuff in order is almost just as important as some other stuff sometimes, like getting some exercise, eating in a way so that, you know, your stomach doesn't kill you, and all sorts of other things. Okay, so publish, perfect. Alright, so we've got this one uploading, so let's open up the lab and keep working on getting that LSP to come up. Alright, so here's the lab. Let's just verify the LSP on PE1 to start. Okay, so yep, it's still down, and I think I know why it's down. We did make a lot of progress in the last one, because before we couldn't even ping the remote address, but now we can. Now we can't ping it if we specify a source address, if we don't specify a source address, but that's okay because we've got the source address specified in the LSP. I guess there could, nope, because it's unidirectional, so it's going to be up only depending on whether the traffic can get from here to there, not whether it can get back. Okay, so we can throw the detail keyword onto the end of this command and get a explanation about why it didn't work, so we can see that CSPF failed. So one thing I would like to do is see if we can modify CSPF on the routers and figure out why it's failing. So we did have to add this cross-credibility CSPF command onto PE1. Let's see if there's a way to add it onto the other routers. And for that matter, let's see if we can get some more help on that command and learn about it better. So here we do have that command. So let's just try enabling this command on all of the routers. I think that might solve the issue, but we will see. Alright, so we've got cross-credibility CSPF enabled on all the routers now, so let's check the LSP again and see if that made a difference. It did not make a difference, so I need to take a quick break. I'll come back and look into it further. Alright, I am back, so let's just double check that the command made it on there for all of them. And we'll use this command for that. So you can see, that's FP, this is going to be PF. There we go, so we've got it on this one. So let's go through all of the routers and make sure it's there. Okay, so it is missing from P2. Okay, but that's the only one it was missing from, and I believe it is there now, unless something happened with the commit. Nope, it's there now. So hopefully it'll just straight up come up now, but I have a feeling it won't, just because the lab required a lot of extra config. There is something else I would like to try if this does not work. Yep, so it's still down. The other thing I would like to try is disabling CSPF and see if it comes up that way. Now that's probably not going to be the ideal solution, and it might actually lose me some points on the test, but I would probably get more points for having CSPF disabled and the LSP up than I would for just having the LSP down. Oh, right, here I have it. Here I have it under my LSP. Let's add it at the full level and see if that makes a difference instead of just to the LSP. Okay, so that didn't make a difference either. Let's try disabling CSPF and see if that makes a difference. Okay, so I think I would need to do it on all of the routers, but let's just take a look right now. Yep, so it's still down, so let's try that change to all of the routers. Okay, so we're still down. That's interesting. I don't know why we're still down. I wish I knew, especially since I have CSPF disabled on all of my routers. I thought you could get it to work with CSPF disabled. I thought, yeah, I don't know why it's down. It's kind of throwing me for a loop here because I can ping it. So I really don't understand. I really don't even know where to go from here to even try to figure this out. Let's try getting some more help on CSPF. So I'm not sure what that star means there. I think it maybe means it went to another AS or something. I don't know. Then I don't understand why this wouldn't have a star. Okay, so I don't see any of the any help for the cross compatibility command. So this is the only help I've got, and both of these I've already read. So I think one thing I would like to do is just verify that, well, actually never mind, because I wanted to verify that there were OSPF neighbors and ISIS neighbors up and all that sort of stuff, but if I can ping end to end, there's really not going to be a problem with that. So I guess I'll verify that traffic engineering is enabled on all four of these for OSPF. Alright, so that was easy. They are enabled. Okay, so I think it's time to go to Google now, since I'm just completely lost. So we're going to start off with the Google search that says Inter AS LSP. And yeah, and maybe even add Juniper. I saw that auto-completed there, so yeah, that's going to be better, I think. But this looks really good. So establishing MPLS LSPs across multiple autonomous systems. Now this is for next generation multicast VPNs. So that's going to be a bit different. I mean, I kind of want to just read this whole thing because it looks like it might be useful. You know what? I think I'm just going to do that. The problem with that, though, is it's legitimately 53 pages, and I think a page can take me up to 15 minutes to read. So, you know, 15 times 53 is 760 minutes divided by 60. Oops, 760 divided by 60. I'm not sure what that comes out to. So it'd take me like 13 hours to read this whole thing, assuming it takes 15 minutes per page. So that's not going to work. I mean, I doubt it would take 15 minutes per page. I'm just skimming it right now. Yeah, I'm really lost. I'm kind of getting discouraged too. Because like if I can't get an LSP to come up over an inter AS, I just wonder how well I'm gonna do on the test. Just seems like in some sense I'm having too, like I'm not grasping the basics well enough, because you know this test does depend on JNCIE-SP, JNCIE-S knowledge, and that knowledge seems to be kind of failing me in some regard. So I'm just feeling overwhelmed, and one thing that might be more helpful right now is I'm gonna look up the registration and see if that's even open yet, because there is a big open question about whether I can even sign up for this or not. So let's see if there's an update on that. So that's for 960. I'm going to be taking 961. Okay, so it looks like we do have registration open. Now I'm not going to be taking it next week or next 2 weeks. I'll be taking it around this area, I think. So let's just see what's going on the 20th. So we still got this employees only label on that. And I asked Juniper what that means, and they got back to me. What it means is that they changed their tests to be remotely proctored. So right now they're only allowing employees to take it because they want to make sure this this remote proctoring is solid before they start charging people for it. So right now only their employees can do it. But that will be changing soon. What Juniper told me, and you know, me being in the tech industry, soon can mean tomorrow, soon can mean in an hour from now, or soon can mean in 5 years from now. So soon really doesn't have a clear meaning in my experience. It can mean anything from like literally by the end of today, or like you look at a note somebody made saying this change will be happening soon, and the note was dated 5 years ago, and you ask them if they were going to make that change, they wanted to make 5 years ago, like, what was that? Oh yeah, oh whoops. So soon just basically doesn't have a meaning at all. But I hope soon means this year, but I think it does make sense to periodically check back through that page, especially if it goes into October and it's still remote employees only. Then I'm going to have a big problem. But there is nothing binding me to taking it this year anymore, because I can't take advantage of like a bonus program or anything anymore. So I can take it early next year. I'd be okay doing that. There is a little bit of a problem with that, and that is that I want to study for the CCIE as well. I want to get a dual CCIE in Juniper and Cisco gear. And I'd like to do the CCIE wireless. All right, so yep, let me make the banner for the next video, the video I'm working on right now, which is video 5. And let's read all about it. I think I'm gonna need to abandon the I'm gonna need to abandon it for now. So let's just read about the traffic engineering database some more. Maybe get some more like readable things. So here we go. Let's examine a CSPF failure. Let's kind of move away from the hands-on and just try to get a better understanding. Oh, this is a TED Talk. So that's about talking. Okay, so this person's name is Juniper. So we're already off into the weeds on the second page. So let's focus on this one here. Yeah, this one looks like it might be good, but especially this one's going to be really good. So I'm going to take a quick break, and when I come back, we'll look at this document here, examining a CSPF failure, and then we've got some more time. We'll look at this one, but this one I'll even add to my notes right now. All right, and I will be back shortly. All right, so I am back. Yeah, so we're just gonna focus on doing some reading, and then we'll move on from this. Maybe take the L, and hopefully when I, later as I make it through this subject, I'll have a better sense of what went wrong. So this is examining a CSPF failure. When a local CSPF failure indicates that no path meets the constraints configured for the LSP, you must perform CSPF-based tracing and be familiar with contents of the traffic engineering database to resolve the problem. So yeah, this is exactly perfect, because if I go to the console of PE1 and I look at the LSP, so show MPLS LSP detail, oops. Oh, this is interesting. Why is it trying to get to here? And why doesn't it have a route there? I mean, it has a route. Oh, no route towards Dest. Oh, I see. No, I get it. I know what's going on now. Okay, yeah, even though I specified the from, it's still trying to get there from here. But I can make this happen, because what I can do is yeah, I can redistribute my connected routes into IBGP, and then include that in BGP, or just because right now I can't ping that other one from here. If I do a show routes, so I've got a route for that, and then of course I've got a route for this, but I can't ping 10.255.0.7 from 10.0. Oh, let me see here. Oh, I see. Okay. I need to learn more about this network here. Yeah, so the reason I'm not able to get this to work is because of these two routers here. In addition to allowing the loopback address over, I've also got to allow the address, this network over. And let's just see if that works first, and then if it does, I'll try to explain why. I think that CSPF T-shooting document is going to be good to read over anyway, but I think I can get this to work just on my own. So let's try that. Okay, and then we're going to do edit policy options, policy statement, NLRI to BGP, term 1. We're going to do set from route filter, and then it's going to be 10.0.3.0/30 exact. Okay. Okay, and then this is going to be exporting it out. So I think that might do it. Let's see. No. Okay, so right now I've got an IBGP connection, but I don't have anything added to it. Let's add the direct routes to the IBGP. Okay, so hopefully that ping works now. It does not. I didn't think it would actually. Yeah, you can see I'm really confused. Let's move on and read that because it's gonna be useful to have read this anyways. So when a local CSPF failure, yep, you must perform tracing. C, examine the traffic engineering database for an analysis of the traffic engineering database. Oh, and that's going to be later. Note, if an LSP does not establish immediately, wait for at least a minute or so before taking diagnostic or corrective action. This is because the RSVP retry timer is set to a 30-second default, resulting in a slight delay before the correct state of the LSP is available. To examine a CSPF failure, follow these steps. Verify the CSPF failure. Purpose: to simulate a configuration error on the network. Router R5 has the administrative group coloring removed from interface SO-0/0/0. The result is a CSPF failure at R5 because there is no longer a path between R1 and R6 that includes the red color. Action: to confirm that the LSP is down, verify the configuration of routers R1 and R5. Enter the following Juno CLI operational mode commands. Okay, so let's enter those commands. Okay. Oops, so you've got to specify the LSP, so theirs isn't exactly right. Okay, now let's do show MPLS LSP extensive. Okay, we still got no route towards the destination, and I think that's because I can't ping, or yeah, I can't use that route. So I think what I can do is this. Let me try it. Okay, so I'm going to do edit group EBGP. Edit policy options, policy statement, alright, EBGP, set relative. So let's do here. Let's set it to 1. Set from protocol. Set from protocol. Okay, so right at that 3.2 mark, I'm having issues either getting to this network or getting to this network. So this is going to be P3. Actually, this is going to be on P1 because it's here it's a direct route, but on P1 we should have a direct and a local route. Oh, well, yeah, we have a direct and a local, but by entering the .2, we only see the local because that's the longest match. Okay, so the problem we're having is from this router, we can't hit 10.255.0.7. Okay, we do have a route for it. Okay. I guess I'm not understanding why it's timing out. I think it's because I'm not advertising enough routes through BGP. There's stuff missing from my export statements. I think that's why. So let's add that to P2. Okay, so this is definitely too much to add, but the problem is just that we didn't have enough, so giving it extra isn't going to be a problem. But it turns out that actually isn't the problem. I'm just really confused. Yeah, I don't know what's happening. But we can see it now makes more sense why there is an error. I mean, we can't reach that. The heck? Loud noise coming from outside, but we can't reach that loopback address. So I'm gonna put these on and spend the last 4 minutes just reading this through. So yeah, this is exactly what I was getting. Why haven't I been reading this? Okay, so meaning sample output 1 from ingress router R1 shows that the clear MPLS LSP command was issued to confirm that R1 cannot reestablish LSP R1 to R6. The sample output from the show MPLS LSP extensive command shows that LSP R1-TO-R6 is down, state DN, and active path none, and that the CSPF has failed. CSPF failed, no route towards 10.0.0.6. Sample output 2 from transit router R5 shows that LSP R1 to R6 is not included in the output, indicating that the that the LSP is not transiting R5. Most network problems appear as a local CSPF failure, as shown in the sample output. The CSPF failure indicates that no path meeting the constraints for the LSP can be found in the router's traffic engineering database. To solve these problems effectively, use CSPF tracing on the ingress router and analyze the traffic engineering database to locate the node that should meet the constraints. So CSPF tracing, that's going to be huge. Let's see if that even has its own category. Okay, so it doesn't, it's going to be a part of this. I might need to actually do one more video on this topic, just devoted to CSPF tracing. I'm surprised I didn't go over that. Oh, well, there was no CSPF. Yeah, this really has to do with the TED. I guess it could have. Yeah, so this really is the category this belongs under. So I might need to do one more video devoted entirely to CSPF tracing, because I'm almost out of time for this one. So let's even make a sixth title for that. And then we'll say this video is devoted to CSPF tracing. Okay, and then we'll go through this. We'll trace it out really nice. But now for here, let's just keep reading. Examine the CSPF log file. Purpose: after you have confirmed the LSP is down, obtain more information about the possible cause of the failure. To obtain useful information from the CSPF log file, make sure that CSPF tracing is configured on the ingress router. Oh, these are, I think these are trace options files. Yeah, so they made a trace options file called CSPF. They're just assuming that you know how to do trace options, which is a decent assumption if you're this far. So yeah, it would be monitor start, then it would be show logs. So we'd have to set up trace options for CSPF. The sample output shows that the monitor start CSPF command was issued to start displaying entries in the CSPF log file in real time. Yeah, we don't have that file, but I think it'll, like, if I just, like, I know I don't have this file, but yeah, you can see I can start monitoring it anyways. So yeah, that just did nothing. The CSPF log file is generated by the routing protocol process after the file is configured with the trace options statement at the edit protocol's MPLS hierarchy level. In this example, the CSPF log file is configured with the CSPF, CSPF-node, and CSPF-link flags to provide the most granular information about the steps taken by the CSPF algorithm. The only link that passes the color constraint is between 1 and 5, 10.1.15.0/32. The CSPF algorithm is a locally run algorithm which makes its calculations on a given router. When the CSPF algorithm runs on R5, it prunes 10.1.15.2 and selects 10.1.56.1 to send the message to R6. The link between R5 and R6, 10.1.56.0/32, does not pass the color constraints, indicating a problem with R5. At this stage, it is useful to examine the traffic engineering database to determine which link on R5 should be associated with the red color. Okay, so that's going to be it for this. Unfortunately, I think I will need to do one more video on this. It's going to be devoted entirely to CSPF tracing, and hopefully by the end of that video I can get LSP to come up between, that is inter AS. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.